Yeah, art and like music stuff is not all gonna drop us off at the same place. It's like a vehicle, transportation or teleportation device where you sort of listen to the music or look at the picture or whatever it may be, and in your head and in your emotions, in your spirit, you sort of go somewhere else in your imagination. And where I go when I hear a song or an album or a composition or a movie or whatever it may be will not be the same as where you go. And even though the destination is different, a lot of the feelings will overlap, and the effect that it has will be similar, even though the experience is unique. So that overlap from art and stories and literature and movies and music especially, and color, and poetry, where that stuff takes you and where it drops you off is very interesting. I'd be interested to see where, when people are further exposed to the more artistic shades of myself and my writings in the future, and maybe music that I make as I learn to play the guitar, and movies that I write, I wonder where each individual person will go, where in their head that they'll end up. I think that that's pretty fascinating stuff. I was just thinking about death, like the death tarot card, and how, death is really like this great catalyst of life, right? It's like this great quote, man, I can't remember it, but this great quote about death being basically like the most creative aspect toward life or something like that. Stinks when you can't remember those quotes. But, you get the picture. It's like, I was thinking a lot about how when you experience or are about to experience death, your ego is trying to protect itself against death. And then what happens is, when your ego sort of tries to protect itself because it's a fear of death, from the fear of death, then what happens is the energies get backed up and actually lead to the cause in and of itself, right? And actually into the fact of not living, and may, I guess, in certain instances that aren't like the finality of the human body, the fatality of the human body, and that are more like the ending of a relationship or the ending of a business and the beginning of, a new cycle in your life. I guess in response to those things, right? If you let those energies get backed up, then you're just going to end up feeling backed up more and more of the time. And if those energies can't flow, it's going to cause the very thing that you didn't want it to cause in the first place, which is, physical, actual, real death, and you will not have lived and enjoyed the experience of those energies to begin with, all because your ego is trying to protect itself by imagining the next life or imagining this life in some sort of special way as to protect itself. Now, I can't remember the exact verbiage. I was reading this great book about tarot card book, and man, they put it in such a great way with the death card. And I guess I'll have to try to clarify that at some point. But, this is really interesting stuff, right? Because you think the destinations that you get dropped off, the places that you go in your mind, I mean, these are all extremely interesting things that I've been thinking about. Where art drops you off and the experience that you have and the necessity of that experience. And, why you have that experience. It's It's really powerful shit. So as I think about more, I guess I'll upload more.